Hey Negaunee, last time we talked about the resurgence of downtown. And since then, the state of Michigan has announced that they will award $200,000 more to Negaunee for infrastructure improvements. The momentum just keeps on continuing. I had a chance to sit down with a few local business owners to get their take on the improvements downtown. Now you can check out the whole interview on the Irontown Talk YouTube page. But for now, here are a couple of highlights that I thought I'd share. Check it out.
We always wanted to build a bike shop, and it's been a passion of ours ever since, we were this tall and raiding tools out of our dad's toolbox, but it's something that we were able to make a reality, and we couldn't think of a better place to do it. It became really clear really fast that Negaunee was the place to be and the place to do it. One, the location, like everybody says, but for two, really the welcoming environment of the administration. I was working with Nate Heffron before my business, before I even bought a building. He was attracting me to Negaunee. So
seeing where Negaunee was 30 years ago and seeing where it's gone for 30 years. And I'll echo what Blake just said. I had a lot of meetings with our city manager prior to jumping in and deciding to invest. And the time was right. He laid out a vision. The city council also had some great ideas of following that vision. And knowing what was coming, it was great. And now when you walk around here, it's great. But it's not just here in downtown. You can go down streets and see the streets are paved. You can see kayak launches put into a lake. You can see a great new park for our children for the decades to come. It's not just the downtown. It is expanding throughout the entire community. And collectively now we're seeing even more, to the tune of millions of dollars investment coming from other investors. And it's really a great time.
It was pretty hard back in the beginning though. It was hard to get people to, you couldn't even getting them to invest in it, So it's the excitement and the way it's going now, and there's less hurdles than there were, with Nate being here, that it's forming a big sense of community. Everybody's really excited about Negaunee, and just having the spaces to go to. I did a little walking tour today of all the new areas, and it's pretty amazing. It's really exciting.
Yeah, well, I think similar to Blake, I wanted to start a business here, and the city itself was so receptive to that. I wanted to grow my own flowers and have a flower shop. Those are my two things I needed. And when I called Dave Nelson, he was like, well, you could buy rookies and then you could grow your flowers on the roof. And I was like, what? This guy is the zoning guy for Negaunee? He is really forward thinking. Yeah. So I love that. I was like, no, I'm not doing that, but I love where your head's at. And I ended up finding a situation where I could buy an acre of vacant land, have my greenhouses. I bought a laundromat, turned half of it into my flower shop, and now I'm expanding the flower shop into the laundromat on Iron Street. So it is really exciting, and the city has been incredibly supportive. All the grants that they applied for and just the streetscape and everything have helped immensely. I mean, everybody's investment here does, because now my building's worth more and I can pull that equity out and reinvest it in my building. So it goes a long way.
I think there were a couple of significant things that happened. One was hiring this new city manager, Nate Heffron, who really had a vision for what he thought this community could be, and then the other was certain people like Ann here at the brewery getting on board and creating some real anchor kind of businesses that will draw people from all over. So that's allowed and given a number of others of us confidence, I think, to see that this downtown is going to have sort of that critical mass of small businesses, and I feel like we're just sort of getting there. We've got enough people that they're coming down to do their laundry or do this, and they end up doing 3 other things just because they're downtown and there's variety.
I think it's become an attractive place to live. Having the downtown area is attracting more people to check out Negaunee, to maybe let's look at it. Let's really put it on our map and check it out. We have a good school district. The schools have made a lot of tremendous strides. The influx down here, whether it's somebody coming to my coffee shop and having a meeting, or now they, as Ben said, they can go have a meeting there. A title closing company. The brewery opening up here is great too. We're right on some bike paths. It's an attractive place.
What we've done is nurtured the downtown in a lot of ways and brought it to life. And when you nurture your community, I think everybody grows from that and everybody feels happier to live here and a sense of pride, right? I mean, I'm not from Negaunee, I'm from Big Bay, but Negaunee has been incredibly supportive to me, and I can tell how proud they are of the town that they are from, that they live in, or whether you're from here or not. And so I don't know why you wouldn't be proud to live in Negaunee with a downtown that looks like this.
And I guess for a housing standpoint, since COVID, the housing market has gone up, has doubled in price. So people are finding more affordability here than Marquette, and it's usually young people that have kids. So a strong school district is huge for that. And then to keep the downtown more family friendly and doing more events, it's just drawing more people into town. So I think having the infrastructure and making it more beautiful and user friendly, I think is fantastic for Negaunee to keep growing.
As we continue to build this out and hopefully get some other businesses in here and so forth, it makes it all stronger. Without a downtown, essentially you might as well just be a township where it's just a pass-through. It's a bedroom community. You're going on to Marquette or Ishpeming, and there's not a whole lot of community sense, and that's I think is really important that we've gotten where we've gotten by bringing things back here.
Doing things like cleaning up light and stuff like that. How important is that for your business? That we're cleaning up the time. Does that translate to dollars for you?
I think it does, but also I think the bigger picture is we're turning back the clock on going backwards, and we're now refreshing and we're moving things forward. If you look at our building, and you can see it on our social media channels, where we started and where we are today, it's a night and day difference. This place right here that we're sitting in right now is an absolute night and day difference. So it's showing that we value this community as much as we want everybody else to. We've put every single thing that we've had on the line plus more. Yes, we have taken advantage of some dollars that came via grants, but those types of things are there to help people get over the hurdles of whether you're making the choice to do something or to not do it. If I had to do it all over again, 1,000% I would. I think that we're preserving history, because we've lost, like I said previously, we've lost a lot of buildings down here. That's generational stories that are gone, and the only people that are left to tell them are the people who can say, hey, where this empty lot is, there used to be a building and this used to happen there. And it's really hard to tell that story when that building's not sitting there.
I mean, the other piece on the blame, of course, is this, I'm 100% for everyone's individual property rights being respected and being able to do what you want with your property and all of that. But as we've seen with a couple of buildings in town, there's a point at which they become a public safety hazard, and the city ends up taking on the cost of taking them down to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that can be a challenge. And so there is an imperative for us as a community to say, hey, we need to take care of these buildings to some minimum standard.
It's very bright. We get the Vista up and going. Like whenever there's something at the Vista, downtown is busy. It's incredibly important to get that funding that we got. There was another new building just, I think it was yesterday, went up on a listing. Like things are beginning to turn over. Somebody will buy that building and put God knows what in there, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of work for them to get up and going. But there's potential now for business owners to come into downtown Negaunee, buy a place like that, and have it be successful.
Most I've been excited since we got here in 2001. It's like, woohoo! All those dark nights fade off, and I mean, it's turning around. I can't wait.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. What kind of things have you seen? What kind of evolution have you seen with the city, the way that they work with businesses and helping?
In my opinion, everybody before Nate, outside of Peterson, they wanted nothing to do with anything. I mean, the whole vision changed, and he just bought into it. I mean, you guys, you got buildings. You know what Nate's been doing. He's amazing.
Nate's incredible.
I have to say, I've never, even in Marquette or Inchfirming, I've never seen a city manager engaged with business owners.
with everybody. He
up
comes
and down
knock
the
on
street.
your door.
Like,
Every morning he's walking the street.
Yeah,
If you want to run into Nate, you just take a walk in the morning. You'll find him.
Yeah,
but
he's
not only
walking
that, but he
around,
buys stuff from us too.
But, he's checking it out. And,
And how important is that to have the city manager that engaged with your business?
It's everything.
Well, it's
100%,
everything
yeah.
extremely.
Yeah.
I think access, right? Like I was telling you, when you walk into our business, you're talking to an owner and a decision maker. The same thing goes for our relationship with Nate. We generally don't have any hurdles or blockades between us and him. He comes in daily. We speak daily. He's very easy to get a hold of. We got a really good communication system between us, so we don't have to go through levels of administration to get to him. So that's really important.
I would say everyone here's got his phone. He's got his contact in your phone, and if you ever need him, I mean, you can just. I text him. You know, this is what And Nan does the same. She talks some more than I do. But
even at 10:30 at night, when close of business and the business day is over, still working. Just like all these other business owners, our days don't end. Our shops might open and close, but our business days never really end. And the same could be said for him.
One of the things that jumped out to me was during Fall Fest, and I couldn't believe all the young families that were downtown. I mean, I can't even tell you how many kids came into the shop.
I think like over 300.
Not even
insane.
kidding you, we made over 300 crowns, nature crowns.
My hands are so sore. I'm not joking. Maybe
It was
500.
Yeah, it was really incredible.
It is just the beginning. Right?
Yeah, it's a family town. I mean, we got a great school system. We got
Yep.
good sports. It's small. Everyone kind of knows each other after a little bit. And, that's what we want. Is we want kids walking up and down the streets. So 100%. Yeah, we're heading that direction. We're not there yet, but we're leaps and bounds of what we used to be. Leaps and bounds.